Hola, it's Jessica here. I want to show you how to make a paper Valentine's love heart. So the reason I decided to do this video was because I'm doing a sewn Valentine's love heart, and yes, sewn Valentine's love heart is so much more work, but I love the way that they came out. So go ahead and check that out if you enjoy sewing and want to challenge yourself and step up your Valentine love heart making. So the sewn version and the paper version are different, very different, except when it comes to the actual weaving part. Thank you so much for watching. Please thumbs us up, it, speak it, and spread it. Hit the notification button. Let's get into it. Since I'm making multiple, I thought it'd be easier to make a template so they could be even. Using a 12-inch by 12-inch paper that can easily be found at any craft store, I created a template. So going 3.7 inches from the bottom, I marked a line across, and then I marked another line going 2.5 inches from the bottom. And then I made my third line going 1.25 inches from the bottom. Then I marked a perpendicular line 2 inches from each end. I cut on the line at the 3.75 inch line to create a 3.75 inch by 12 inch rectangle. I want to make a crease first, so I folded in half widthwise, and then I unfolded it, and then I folded it in half lengthwise. Then I grabbed something round, or you can freehand draw this. You are going to curve your line from the crease down to that 2 inch mark. Keeping the paper folded, go ahead and cut the curve out. And then you copy the curve. So cut out the curve on the opposite end. And you're going to cut up the lines that you made on that 1.2 inch and the 2.5 inch line. And you're going to cut all the way up to the 2 inch mark. You can get 1.5 hearts out of every sheet. So that means every 2 sheets makes 3 complete hearts. I only needed to make 8 hearts, so I only used 6 sheets of paper. I laid out the template on the 12 by 12 inch sheet that I'm going to be using, and I just made a few marks for my indicators to cut out the width for each rectangle. So I cut out 3, and then there was a little strip left over from the width, but do not discard this. You're going to use it later for the handle. Fold both rectangles in half so that they are 6 inches in length instead of 12. And I used clips to hold them in place so that nothing got shifted. So then I cut the curves, and then I cut on the line all the way up to the 2 inch mark. You just unclip and you have half of your heart done, and you repeat this for all the rest of your hearts. Now, quick little tip, if you're making your own template or you're trying to add more intersecting lines, just know this important thing. The total width of your lines needs to be the same height as the line that you cut. In my example, it ended up being 3.75 inches. So the weaving part gets kind of hard to explain. It's not just under, over, under. So I kind of drew out this little picture, kind of weak, but you get the idea. And I labeled it 1 through 6. And I'm just going to go ahead and reference those numbers in my explanation. So hopefully it's easier for you to follow. Starting from number 1, the first line on top, you want to place number 1 between number 4. And this is between and not under. Then you open number 1 so that you can put number 5 between number 1. I found it easier to place number 1 through number 4 and 5 and then move on to number 2 instead of finishing number 1 all the way through number 6. Number 2 needs to start the opposite way number 1 started. So take number 4 and place it between number 2. Take number 2 and place it between number 5. Now moving on to number 3, weaving. Place number 3 between number 4. Take number 5 and weave it between number 3. Now it gets really tight, so you really need to be gentle so that you don't rip your lines. This is the best way I found. If you find a different technique, that's fine. This is the general idea. Now we're going to go back and finish off number 1. Place number 1 between number 6, and then take number 6 and place it between number 2. And then end the weave with number 3 between number 6. It may seem like it won't hold, but once you open it, it's really super cute, and it does hold little treats. So now going back to that scrap piece of paper I told you not to throw out, go ahead and cut that in half so that it's 6 inches in length. I just used my hot glue gun for this. I just placed a little drop of hot glue between number 1 and 4 where they're overlapping, and I put one end of the scrap down and I pressed it and it dried. Then I did it to the opposite end, and that became my basket handle. Since it's Valentine's Day, please celebrate the love that you have for yourself, for God, and for others around you. Happy Valentine's Day. Jesus loves you. It's Him and nothing else. God bless.